she wants to. Ooh, oh, you want to come work under the car? Yeah. Hey gang, today we're gonna have a little bit of fun with Big Red, in case you don't remember who she is. That is the Big Red. That's me. That's you. We're gonna do a battery relocation, and I'll explain to you here in a little bit why we're doing that. But here's the plan. Check this out. That's our 41 Olds. That's a cool guy. That's you. I'm gonna grab this battery and put her in the trunk. Run a wire all the way up to the starter. Run a ground to the frame. Run another ground to the frame, to the engine block, and hopefully that works. Now, why are we doing this? Well, I'm gonna show you here in just a second. Hold on. Hi again. We're underneath the hood of the car here, and let's play a game.
I want to play a game.
You let me know when you can see the battery. Is it up here? Nope. Is it on this side? Nope. Firewall? Definitely not. Let me show you. If you dive deep down into the passenger side here, alright, engine bay, right, inner fender, you see way down in there, that guy tucked way in there. That's where they put the battery. And when I say they, I mean the people that built the car, which was not me, but this was done in the 90s. The problem is, when you need to get to the battery, you can't. You have to jack up the car. Come with me. Come with me. Alright, this plate right here, this steel plate right here, that's the battery. You usually need 2 jacks. One to raise the car up, but we're on caster, that's not a problem. And the other to put here and lower the battery down. The problem being is it's got these weird cable connectors on there because you can't reach it. There's wing nuts on there. As this thing's lowering down, arc off of the sides of whatever this contraption is that holds everything in place. I don't know if you can see up in here. There's the battery right there. As we bring this thing down, it is a pain in the butt. We're going to go ahead and eliminate all that. And the major why this is all going down is that nice oil saturated, probably leaky rear main, valve cover and everything else looking starter thing right there. Plus, looks like we're leaking all over the place. That's what happens when you bring a car from California to Texas. Not long ago, and this is the second time it has happened, we were trying to start the car and the battery needed charged. When we turn off the ignition at the key because things are shorting out because the starter is totally saturated, which we're going to do that too. We'll address that here shortly. It would not disengage. The starter kept wanting to turn over, just real slow, and you can't get to the battery to disconnect the cable. And the car is parked in the garage. The garage is attached to the house. A fire or potential fire is not acceptable. That's what we're going to do. Hang on, check it out, and yeah, let's see if we can mess this up. Clearly see where this terminal is and this terminal, how close they are to this little metal structure. If you don't drop that down the right way, you get sparking and arcing, and it's not a good situation. But we've cleared it, so we're going to go ahead and bring this down all the way. And we are clear. Nice. Now, we do have a little relocation kit, and let me show you what we got here. This is from our good friends over at Jegs. "20 feet power cable." Oh, about 3 feet negative cable. Oh, God, Jesus. Jesus loves you. Battery tray, hold down clamp, various odds, ends, and shrink tube. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, figure out where we're going to put this in the trunk. Let's go over there, check that out right now. Come on with. Probably need a light. Let's make sure we don't trip over the jack. And once we figure out where we're going to put this thing, we'll start running some cable before we hook stuff up. And I do have a breaker on the way. It's coming tomorrow, so we're not going to get this all done today. So here's our trunk. It's a good looking trunk, I know. Let's get you guys a good spot, but this is the mechanicals for the top, because this is a convertible. That's our spare tire, so it looks like that's probably where we're gonna go. We can get in between, go right through there. We'll go up underneath and make sure that we're not gonna hit anything. I think this is gonna be a little tight. I don't think it'll get up there. Oh, look at that. We got a little spot right there. Well, I think maybe we're just gonna put it in there and then nobody will see it. How neat is that?
How neat is that?
I'm gonna investigate. Let me see what's gonna be the best course of action here. I'm gonna put some tunes on, do some thunking, and I'll get back to you here in a second. Here's where we're at. I took a little bit of extra time to figure this out because the car's pretty nice, you know. We don't want to throw some shade tree crap at a decently presentable show car. So I jumped in the back here and let me show you what I found. In the trunk here, before the back seat, down here,
Housekeeping!
Over here, this area being the floor, we can feel contours, we can feel where it's been rolled for strength, and we're trying to figure out a good spot to run our wires. Underneath here, I'm going to show you where we're at. I found that spot, and Nova's here to assist. Say hi, Nova. What up? What up, YouTube? So I checked, and I double checked because we are supposed to measure once and cut twice, or in this case, drill twice. So you see all those little circles I drew right there? Let me see if I can get you guys a better angle. We're going in. We're going in. Hang on there. There you go. Let's see. All right. Get you a little bit more angle. There we go. This is the bottom of the inside. There's a small taper here. Hole here. Hole here. We're going to put in some 5/8 grommets. We're going to run our line. We're going to run it into some flex loom. And we're going to run it along the rail here. This is the frame rail. I've got a hole about a foot this way that I'm going to make our ground. I'm going to clean it up, get a bolt in there, get a good solid ground, run the power wire along this, and instead of drilling a bunch of holes in our frame rail, I've got some magnetic little zip tie holders, and that'll be more than sufficient. So I'm going to drill these guys out. I'm going to pilot hole one of them just to make sure we're where we need to be, and then we're going to go for it. Let's do it. Pilot hole is drilled. Let's see if we got it. Need some light in here. Where? Oh, where? Let's feel around in here. Oh, we got a hole. Right there. Let's check it out. Can you see the hole? Right there. There it is. There is our hole. Right. Hold on. Right. There's not enough room in here for both of us. Right there. That's our pilot hole. Nice. Okay, step 2, 3, 46, 34. I've determined that this right here is the grommet we're going to use. It's going to require a 5/8 hole. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of this stuff, right? Expandable loom. There you go. And that'll slide over. I think it's way cooler than that crappy flexi loom. And it just slides over. Look at that. Looks like a nice little fishnet stocking for the wire.
Move it a little bit to the right. Yeah, that way. Just a little.
Those will both be able to pass right through here comfortably. Give us a little room if we need to take or feed. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to knock these holes out. We're going to pop some grommets in. We're going to run wire. And oh, let me show you this. I did mention it, but check these out. These are super, super cool. I'm going to grab these real quick. Off of the Jungle website, of course. Magnetic cable tie mounts. These are some pretty strong little magnets. Let me show you. Come with zip ties. I'll probably use them. And this little guy right here, I'm going to put him right on the frame. See, are they? They're pretty good. They're going to hold that wire up just fine. Put them on good metal. Oh yeah. I think we'll be just fine. Like here, good solid metal. Look at that. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, I'm gonna get those run. I'm gonna hyperlapse this for you. I'm gonna go one hole at a time. I'm gonna drill this hole, put the grommet in, and then that'll help me figure out where I'm gonna put the other hole. And that's, yeah, we're doing that all day. Man, that thing's dull. Whew. Come on, Betsy. Let's get a different bit. Hold on. Bigger drill. Bigger bit. Let's do this. That works great. So I'm going to index this one and give it a little hole punch. There we go. Hot metal. Oh yeah. Cool. We're gonna run our cables through here. Do you ever notice how peaceful it is when you're just kind of laying under a car? I don't know what it is. You know, oh, that's dripping. We should probably check those. But something about just, I don't know, laying under a car, you know, you're on your back, you're chilling, it's calm, it's comfortable. I'm gonna, oh look, hi Nova, what are you doing? Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, you want to come work under the car? Yeah. Now that's a dog right there. Alright, let's run some cable. I was just going to go ahead and loom this whole run. But then I thought, we're probably not going to use this entire run. So what would we do that for? Now the ground cable, that's a different story because the ground cable's not that long. But let's go ahead and pass this through. I guess we'll call it a mock-up and see where we need to cut this thing before we start fishing the whole thing through the loom, because that loom is kind of fun. So let's go do that. Oh, and by the way, we are using pretty standard stuff, 2 gauge, but it is pure copper. It's not the copper aluminum clad stuff. You don't want that. That stuff runs hot. the current is poor and it has more resistance. So considering anytime you're going to do a longer power cord run, you're going to have a slight drop in voltage. We don't want it to be because we're using crap. So we're going to go ahead and pass these through. Now I'm doing them both because although I'm pretty confident I'm going to use the entire length of that ground cable, I just want to make sure if I'm cutting anything, it's to the right length before I fish it through the loom. So I'm going to go ahead and get this run and figure out my lengths, and I'll catch up with you on the other end of the cable. Okay, we got the cable lengths figured out. We're just going to throw our body on here, or our body. Well, we did throw our body on there. You felt that car go down, right? Our trade's going to be generally in this area. We've got the outline of our tire, so we know that. Probably put it in there a little angle like that. And this is just for mock-up to make sure our cables are good, overall length. Now we are putting in a breaker, so we need to make sure that we have room for that a little extra. Our battery's going to go there. They're in there. Got the cool too. I think we're good to go. We're going to go ahead and fish this through the loom and then start getting this wire in place. And I did find a different location for the ground, just because that is a little bit of a shorter cable, but we're not going to worry about that so much. We'll be good. Let's do it. Let's do it. But something is just vaguely familiar and natural about feeding this wire. I don't know what it is. It's almost like I've done it before. Oh well. And make it happen. Oh, that was like the perfect length, right? Nice. Here's where we're at. Dirty face. Making the pace. That's where we're at. Here, check it out. We're run. Cable lengths are good. We haven't mounted this just yet. We're going to go underneath here in a second. Probably going to do a battery change first because GoPro stuff. And we're going to go ahead and run that. It's up the rail all the way up to the front. We got to mount our ground wire, our ground cable, and get all that going. And we should be all right. We should probably fire this thing up today. Let's put the battery on the charger because it's been a minute. We're gonna do that. Get you in there like that. If it works, is it stupid? That's good. It's good stuff. Update. Found our location for the battery tray. Gonna be right about there. We decided to go this way instead of this way, or this way because of the tire, right? Now eventually I'll change that out for a battery box. That's why we're only throwing in 2 points of fastening, fasteners, hold downers, whatever. There's 2. That's it. 2. That's just for now, but that'll be more than strong because it's not like it's going anywhere. It's not a daily driver. It's never out in the rain. Although we're gonna come in from the underside and put some undercoating on it. You know, that stuff we got from Sweet Patina, that stuff. And we're back. Okay, we're under. We're in it. We're on it. I'm just gonna place these every couple inches where I think they need to go so that our cable doesn't rub anywhere, and then we'll come back and zip them down. I think we need one probably up in here, and then right about there. Good magnets. I wonder if we should clean the dirt off. Nah, it'll be fine. I think we get good. All right, now back over here. Come with me. You know what? I'm just gonna do the thing, but really quick, so let's do that instead. Right, we got that done. We may put a couple more in place. I don't know just yet. But we're gonna go ahead and zip down this battery tray. I got my wrench on the top of the head of the bolt. Here's where we're at. We got our hole in the frame, 1/4 inch hole for a 1/4-20 bolt for our ground lug. I don't have a crimping tool, so we are going to improvise. We're going to fill this thing up with a little bit of solder. We're going to load some solder up on the end of the cable, and then we're going to put that together. We're going to heat it up so the solder melts together. Then we're going to do the vice grip crimp. We're going to do the vice grip crimp, and then we'll slide our heat shrink tubing on there, and we'll get that to grab, and that should be sufficient. At a later date we can come back in when we have the right crimping tool and do it. I could crimp it on the vise, but with the way that we've run our cables, the holes are pretty tight, so once we have an end on, we won't be able to pass through, and I just want it clean, so that's how we're doing it. So I'm gonna get this thing all fired up here. Had to run to the store, to the O'Reilly's, because my solder's at the shop. So there you go. We very sketchily heated this up, softened the solder, it slid right on. We're letting it cool so that we can vice grip, crimp it, and then we're going to slide our heat shrink over and secure that. I think that's going to be pretty damn good though. It feels sketchy, but then again, it sure doesn't. We got to bare metal this thing and get everything secured, and we should be rock and roll. And we need another battery change. GoPro things, YouTube life. That's our ground. That's what was fighting us. There's our nice clean pass through up there. very, very nice. Okay, now let's go up front. Okay, here's where we're at. Everything's run, hooked up, added a couple grounds up front, cleaned up one of the grounds, got a charge on the battery, gave it a little test fire. It gave me half a crank and then it died. We continue forward. I think the starter's toast because this one's caked in oil. I called it quits late last night after the camera and other such things, and we grabbed a new battery. The old one charged and tested, and it was low, but we're going to keep it as a backup battery, so we just replaced it. Plus, we needed to up the cold cranking amps because relocating this thing in the trunk, there's going to be a voltage drop because we got about a 12-foot run. Then we got into the starter. We took it out, we went and had it tested. It tested just fine. I brought it home, I was cleaning it up, and this little guy right there, I don't know, it's a stopper so that when the Bendix comes out, it tells it how far to come out or travel. That was broken, so we just went ahead and replaced the starter too. So now I'm going to reinstall the starter, double check my grounds, fire this thing up, see how she does, at which point we are going to get into the brakes. That might be on this video, that might not be on this video, but who doesn't know how to put in a starter? You've seen it, it's 2 bolts, it's 2 wires. I'm just gonna go ahead and slam this thing out. We'll catch up here in a minute. Let's see if it worked. Sounds pretty good. Give her some gas. Battery strong. She's been sitting a minute. Come on.
It ain't got no gas in it.
Let me check the fuel filter. Looks like we're getting gas. Just starting to. Come on. Maybe a little help down the yapper. Oh, she wants to. All right, so now we know she'll fire. So I'm gonna button up a couple little things here, snug up some bolts, put that battery plate back up because, I mean, what else am I gonna do with it, right? And we'll get her off the wheels and see if she'll move. We gotta look at the brakes though, so I'm gonna check that out here real quick too. That's probably gonna be another video, like I said before. But we kind of need to know what we're getting ourselves into, because apparently parts for a almost 100-year-old car aren't right down the street and stuff. Although the brake shoes for this car should be Oldsmobile 41 to 61, so that's cool. So maybe we're not so bad off. So I'm gonna get cleaned up here and figure some stuff out, so don't go nowhere.